with the educated opinion on topics of all varieties. This your boy Bubba, and you already know what I'm about to say, right? You are listening to Bubba's Banter. Y'all, what's good, y'all? It's your motherfucking boy. I ain't gotta say no names, right? But I am anyways. It's your boy Bubba, and you are watching and also listening to Bubba's Banter. I hope you guys are living well and feeling well. I'm doing good. Welcome to the season finale of season 5 of Bubba's Banter podcast. I really do appreciate you guys for liking, sharing, subscribing, and fucking with your boy. You just don't have to, but you do anyways, and I really do appreciate that. Most of y'all who know me from when I first started season 1, I started off with like 15 episodes because the podcasting burnout is fucking real. And then just I work too, I got a job. So I was, doing that a bunch. And then over time, things got better. I got a new computer, got things, topics got different. I got a little deeper into my podcasting bag with topics and shit because I kind of wanted to kind of steer away from hot topics because all I was doing was hot topics every Thursday, which tonight we are doing hot topics. but I had to kind of get away from that. Didn't want to get sued. Like, y'all know who. I ain't got time to be saying her name. I ain't gonna give her no type of publicity, but y'all know who I'm talking about. And but yeah, as time got different, I just went on, and just as I went on, the length of my episodes got longer. Right now I'm like 50 something episodes or 50 episodes, I think. So yeah. So I'm like, I need to take a break. It's time. I need to take a break. Like, I think about a month and a half. Plus, I did just have surgery. I want to say thank you to everybody who has hit me up. I got a lot of fucking messages. I felt extremely loved, actually. A lot of you guys hit me up and was like texting me, wanting to FaceTime, like all this stuff. And I was just like, damn, I really do got supporters of my podcast. Like, I was so surprised. Like, my podcast page on Instagram, you guys hit me up a bunch about my surgery, and I really do appreciate you guys for doing that. That was love. But I do want to say something. I am not going to be revealing what I had done until later this year. I'll let you guys know I'm actually building something for you guys to watch, so be on the lookout for that. I just want to keep things to myself and keep a little bit of privacy, but you'll see it. All right. But yeah, there's that. So yeah, tonight's gonna be hot topics episodes. So before we get into that, y'all already know what to do, right? Oh, I do want to say something too before I do that. Just because I'm taking this break does not mean I'm not going to be active on YouTube. I am going to still be doing reaction videos, and I think I'm still gonna do vlogs here and there. But I really want to do reaction videos to like different like documentaries, movies, shows, music, and stuff like that. Because I want to get my YouTube channel to be popping. I'm just pausing the podcasting because sometimes it can get a little bit too much when like you're doing a podcast, you're doing a vlog, you gotta edit the audio, and this is a one-man team. Like, it's just me. I do all the editing for everything, for my vlogs, for my podcast. I do audio I do all of it. No one's helping me. I do all this shit myself, and I know I should probably hire somebody, but again, I work a full-time job, and I got bills and rent and other things. So I was like, no, like right now, like I can do it, but I just want to take a break because I need a break from trying to do so much all at once. I am going to take a break away from the podcast. It's going to be like a month and a half, and then I'll bring it back. So sometime around summer, around that time, you'll probably see audio of me saying, hey, the podcast is back. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah. So just be on the lookout for that. But I will be on YouTube a bunch doing reaction videos. So because of that, y'all know what the hell y'all should do, right? Hit that motherfucking subscribe button, baby. Hit that subscribe button. Please make sure you do. And give me a thumbs up. It's free, so you might as well do it. Hit a share because that's free too. That's free too, baby. I'm sorry. Make sure you follow me on my social medias as well, which is The Real Doc Dre, Bubba's Banter Podcast, and Bubba's Banter on Facebook. And I know y'all like to listen to this sexy ass voice. Y'all probably listen to it right now because, sexy as fuck. Okay, I'll be recording. Bubba's Banter podcast is also on streaming platforms like Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Good Pods, Amazon Music. I'm on plenty of these places, but if you are using Spotify, please make sure you're listening to Bubba's Banter on there, because this podcast is hosted by Spotify for creators. I almost fucked that up again. I was about to say Spotify for podcasters, but I forgot they changed it. Anyways, make sure you do that, and I appreciate that so much. So let's go ahead and get into the show tonight. All right, y'all. Welcome to the show. Let's get into it. So I don't know if you guys saw the interview with Raven-Symoné on the Shade Room. I know it's a couple weeks back, like 3 weeks, but I'm still in recovery. So I've been at home playing video games mostly all day, every day, going on walks and shit. But I sat down and watched it, and it was like, oh my God, this is a good fucking interview. I really loved what Raven was talking about. She talked about a lot of fucking shit, from her childhood to her shit with Eddie, to her wife, things that she's like adventuring in, and I just really loved that fucking interview. The interview was really, really good. Shout out to the Shade Room for that interview with Raven-Symoné, because that was a bomb ass interview. And I forgot the interviewer's name, but she was a really good interviewee. She's a really good interviewer. Sorry, but yeah, it was really good. I loved it. But there was one thing that I really liked that Raven touched on, was the whole Disney Mount Rushmore debate. Let's watch this video right quick.
Generation of Disney stars, like, you literally paved the way. And there was a time where there was like a Mount Rushmore debate of like who's on the Mount Rushmore of Disney. Yeah. And you were like the only person who it wasn't a debate about. Like, as they had debates, like, you were like, your place was cemented on there. So
who else was on there?
Hilary Duff, the Even Stevens cast. Some people said Zendaya, Kiki Palmer. For me, I would say for sure you and Hilary. And I
would say me, Hilary, Shia. I would also put in
Miley,
Jet Jackson. No, not Miley. I love you, Miley, but not Miley. She came after. I would put in the famous Jet Jackson.
Jet Jackson.
He is no longer with us.
Okay.
But he was the first Black show on Disney.
Really?
Yes, he was. Yeah, so Lee Young played the famous Jet Jackson, and I believe he should be on Mount Rushmore, of Disney Rushmore. He definitely deserves a spot.
So, yes, I personally believe Raven was right. I agree with Raven's, her Mount Rushmore. I think it's so crazy, because I was on the internet watching how people were getting so mad and like, oh, how can she not say Miley? She pretty much dissed Miley, blah, blah, blah. Miley is an icon. Hannah Montana was a shit, blah, blah, blah. This is that. People liked Hannah Montana more than like That's So Raven. And what you guys have to understand is that Raven wasn't shading Miley. She even said, I love you, Miley. But she was after. Y'all. I think they were talking about the golden era of Disney. You can't tell me you did not see Hilary Duff and Shia. I've watched Even Stevens from the first season to the last season. I've watched Even Stevens so many goddamn times when I was a kid. I would come home to watch Even Stevens. I love that fucking show. As quirky and weird as it was, I love that fucking show. So, yes, even with Shia being problematic as fuck right now, that does not take away from how iconic he was on Disney. He was an iconic superstar. Miley as well. Hilary Duff as well. Raven as well. But Miley does not belong in that Mount Rushmore, because she was not a part of that generation, y'all. She just wasn't like, Miley is an icon, but she's up there with the Selena Gomez's and the Zendayas and those people, like the Victoria, like that's sorry, Victoria is not, it's not Disney. I got it mixed up. Is Selena Gomez even oh shit, I done fucked it up. Zach and Cody, like, but what I'm saying is Miley is in her own Mount Rushmore. Hannah Montana was like, y'all remember that song? Hannah Montana. Like, Hannah Montana was the shit, bro. Like, Hannah Montana was a cult classic. Like, we can never take away from that. But I think the Mount Rushmore that she stated was true. The famous Jet Jackson, I used to have a pleather fucking jacket because I wanted to be like him so bad. He was literally the first black TV show on Disney. He wasn't a supporting character. He was the fucking star of the show. And the show was extremely fucking good. So, yeah. Miley was, sorry, I don't know why I said Miley. Raven was right. Her Mount Rushmore was right. Period, point blank. But whatever. It is what it is. But good interview. I really like that shit. All right, y'all. So this next story, I want to premise this right now. I am not laughing at anyone's disability. I am just as shocked that this happened and that I cannot believe that it happened when I saw the story online. And so I was like, I have to talk about this because it's crazy. So I don't know if y'all know about the quadruple cornhole player, professional cornhole player, I should say. He goes by the name of Dayton Weber, 27 years old. He is being charged with the murder. It's crazy to think about this because I've seen so many videos of this dude online throughout the years of him playing cornhole. And fun fact, I didn't even know cornhole was a professional like sport for a while. Back in 2017, I had went to a training for work, and we went to this restaurant and they had cornhole there, and like literally it's a perfect, like, people compete and get paid to play this fucking sport. So the more you know. So I did not know this shit. It was crazy. But yeah, so he's a professional player. So I'm gonna read a little bit of what I'm looking at right now. It's pretty much saying that he went to go pick up some some friends or some people from work in a work vehicle, and the dude that he killed was already in the car in the front seat. The witnesses identified that Weber pulled out a firearm and shot the dude in the head twice during the argument. And then Weber pulled over the vehicle and asked the passengers to remove Wells from the car. They said no. And then they got out and flagged down a police officer. And while they did that, Weber drove off with the dude still in the car. And I guess down the road somewhere he pushed him out, and they found him at the hospital trying to get medical treatment. Now, the police, what they don't know is how Weber was able to drive the car, which that made me laugh so fucking hard and loud. I'm not going to do it here, but I was like, yeah, because he has no arms and no legs. And I know that there are like devices put into cars for people to be able to, people who are like handicapped, right? Like paralyzed. But I didn't know that there was devices for people who have no arms and no legs, nigga. Like, how does this work? Like, how does this work? Like, this is crazy. So, yeah, but I'm sorry. This man, after seeing I'm going to show y'all the video.
A resurfaced video is gaining attention after the arrest of a Charles.
He is loading a gun.
The footage appears to show 27-year-old Dayton James Weber demonstrating how he loads and fires a handgun, despite being a quadruple amputee. In the video, he uses his arms and body to operate the wepen and fire multiple.
Look at that smile.
Rounds. The clip is
Damn!
Murder.
It's Chucky! You tell me that. You can't tell me that's not giving Chucky. Yeah, this is kind of crazy, y'all, and it sucks. And I again, I'm not trying to laugh at his disability, but like, it's just, don't ever judge a book by its cover. Like, literally, never judge a book by its cover. Never, never, ever, ever, ever judge a book by its cover. I'm telling you, never do it. Because, nigga, oh, baby. Oh, tread lightly. Tread lightly. Because, God damn it. Oh man, I would be so mad. I'm sorry, this is gonna be problematic to say. I would be so mad to wake up in heaven and be like, this nigga ain't got no arms or legs. He shot me. I would be, oh. I'm gonna get in trouble for saying that, but it's the truth. I'll be so pissed off at heaven. Like, what? This nigga shot me. I'll be so mad. Oh, God forgive me for saying that, but I would be pissed. I would be so fucking pissed. Oh, I would be pissed. Anyways, this man seems like he has some anger issues. Anyways, there's a video too that I want to show y'all.
I asked you if you wanted to take the vehicle.
You to get off of my property.
You better run.
Because you were asked to be nice?
You to get off of my property.
Because you were asked to be nice is crazy.
Oh my God. I would have. The fact that his ex-girlfriend sees that this man had anger issues and she saw it coming, she saw him getting ready. And you know what? To be a little lighthearted, yeah, he was a professional cornhole player, but he probably dealt with a lot of, mental issues being a, quadruple amputee. No arms, no legs. He probably was always talked about. People probably always made fun of him. People always, picked at him. And he probably had to figure out a way to navigate through all of that. You know, um, you never know. And I'm not trying to say that his disability is, like, I'm not saying that just because he had disability, it was okay for him to do what he did. No, not saying that. But I'm saying that he probably needed some support. And I don't know his real life. I'm just, commentating on what I've seen on the internet. But it's one of those things that you just think about, like, people who do have disabilities, they have to have, thicker skin. They have to have thick skin. They have to build thick skin to be able to maneuver through life. And it's just sad that it happened. Like, it's unfortunate that that person had to get killed over something. The argument was probably something not even that big. And it turned into something more than what it should have turned into. That's all I always think about when I get angry, how, like, anything can happen in 30 seconds. So I'll try to make sure I breathe for 10 because, you know, I know what I'm capable to do when I get angry. I can get very, very, like, crazy when I get angry. So I tend to try to count for 10 seconds in my head to, like, get myself cool and to ignore whatever's going on at the moment because I need to, like, keep my thoughts in the bottle. I keep them in that chest box. I call it a chest box. But yeah, unfortunate. So yeah. All right, y'all. So this next topic is about my favorite freaking singer, Brandy. I love Brandy so freaking much, y'all. Y'all know me. If y'all know me in real life, y'all know I'm a Brandy stan. I love Brandy so much. I was so mad I didn't get to go see her this year in concert. Pissed me off so fucking much. But it's okay. Maybe if she does another concert, I can go to that one. But definitely love Brandy. I've been loving Brandy since I was 12 years old. But Brandy just dropped a new memoir by the name of Phases. And in this book, she talks about a lot of things. But the thing that is trending right now is her talking about her ex-boyfriend of the 90s, group member of Boys to Men, Wanya Morris. Most of us know about this conversation because it's been all over the internet, but it's been talked about for many years and rumored that they did have a relationship. They've done interviews in the past about it. He's done interviews in the past about it a lot because it's always been asked to him about, oh, what's up with you and Brandy? It's always been a hot topic question that he got in interviews. And there was a few where he denied it. And then there was a few where he's like, yeah, like we were together, blah, blah, blah. We did things. We were young and blah, 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 and whatever. But this week Brandy has talked about it again and brought it up and claims that she has been, taken advantage of when she thinks back to that time in her life. So I'm going to read a little bit of what I see on People magazine right quick. So Brandy opens up for the first time about the relationship that she says that haunts her. I didn't know that part, that it haunted her. In Phases, the new R&B superstar new memoir, she shares details of her late 90s relationship with Boyz II Men singer Wanya Morris, that she began when she was 16 and he was in his early 20s. They collaborated on the hit song Broken Hearted, which we all know that was the shit. That was the remix, was the shit. I was listening to it yesterday as I was reading a little bit of stuff, trying to figure out how to come about this conversation, because it's a lot to talk about. But she says, I was in over my head, sneaking around with Wanya and lying to my parents had become constant. They barely liked the idea of me dating at all, and telling them was out of the question. She goes on to say, but it wasn't about just upsetting or disappointing my parents. Wanya and I understood with diamond cut clarity that the public knowledge of our relationship would ignite scandal, potentially threatening everything we both worked for. He and I opted for elaborated friction. We would pretend to be patient and claim we were waiting until my 18th birthday before pursuing any romantic connection. Makes sense. And then she says, these are the things that, with hindsight, you realize are wildly obvious signs of something wrong. Neon signs, warning signs that I chose to ignore because I didn't know what the hell I was doing or what the hell he was doing with me. I just thought that I was in love, or what I believe was love. This right here is something very fucking true, because I know what that shit feel like, and I'll tell y'all a little bit later in this commentary. But sorry, I'm getting all off topic because I'm thinking about it and I'm like, should I say it right here or should I say it later? But when you're young, you're not necessarily processing everything, right? It's funny to me because a lot of people say that Brandy was fast, and like seeing the whole commentary about her being a fast girl, and Brandy is being fast. That's all it was. She's lying. She's just being a fast girl. No, she wasn't. She was 16 years old, and this man was 22. This man was 22 in his early 20s. I don't want to give it a specific number, but his early 20s. And yes, he was young. I get it. He was young. She was young. I get it. And it's weird to me because I know a lot of young as men that's in their 20s, 21, 22 that I went to high school with. When we were out of high school, like our post college years, they were still talking to girls in high school. And I'm like, bro, you're 21, 22 talking to a 16-year-old. What the fuck is wrong with you? And I was the friend that was very vocal about it. Like, I will always check my friend, like, hey, nigga, like, she's 16, you're 21. What the fuck? I was that friend. I was that friend, like, hey, you need to block her. What the fuck? Like, stop talking to her. Like that's weird to me. Like, that's weird as fuck, you having sex with a 16-year-old, bro. Like, it was weird as hell. That's the weirdest shit ever to me. But anyways, I could not imagine myself being 21 having sex with this. Anyways, yeah, yuckity yuck. Yuck. But yeah, so like, you don't really think about things when you're 16. And I was watching a video from Dominique Morgan because she also loves Brandy as well. And she said something, and I don't know if she said this in verbatim, but she said, it's funny to me, the same people who are saying Brandy is fast and that she's lying and she know what she was doing and all these things are the same people who will say, oh, you don't know what being trans is. You're 16 years old. You're a kid. You're a child. How do you know what it is how do you know who you are? You don't know who you are yet. But Brandy can know what she was doing with Wanya. Like in my Dominique Morgan voice. But no, for real, like, how can you sit here and say that Brandy knew exactly what she was doing? You know what? Two things can be true at the same time. She knew what she was doing. She knew what she was doing, and Wanya knew what he was doing. it doesn't make it right. And it doesn't mean that she didn't deal with, manipulation. And we also have to talk about adultification when it comes to, young kids, which is another thing that we could talk about. And I don't want to drag this on for too long, but adultification of children is a crazy thing, and it's happening right now as I'm speaking right now. We adultify kids so early on, from the way they dress to the way they talk to giving them jobs to doing all these things. We adultify kids at the age of 10 almost. So why can't we say that's exactly what happened to Brandy? She was adultified at a young age, because it happens all the time. She was a young star too. So, and it's easier for men to do it, it seems like, than women to do it. It's just the weirdest shit ever. It's weird. It's weird. Like, and I don't want to go deep into it, but like, I don't think Brandy is like mad at him anymore, probably. But I think she's just calling it out for what it was. Like, don't act like we weren't a thing, because we were. Like, I'm gonna show y'all this clip from from the Breakfast Club with Wanya.
She wasn't that young, because I don't want y'all to think Boys to Men was young. I was young too.
She said she was 15 and she had to keep it a secret because she was so young.
See, we did the thing. We did the thing when she was like 16, 17, around that time,
You was so you were still a boy too. You had
I wasn't old. I wasn't like 38 years old, nothing like
Yeah.
that. I was old enough to she was old enough to get it.
That's crazy.
was it legal in the state y'all was in? Is the
I mean, we was always in different states. We had a nomad relationship. You know what I'm saying? We just, we didn't do it in the states that it was legal. It was illegal in. Nice. Thank you. Nice. No. It was, you know what I mean? It was a time. It was a relationship. It grew and it ungrew. I guess you get
It unsquirted.
squirted squirted and unsquirted. I like that.
Yeah. So there's that. And I get it. That interview was so many years ago, but like, it's just, that's the thing that I'm saying. Like, I see why Brandy felt some type of way, and that's why she's bringing it up. And I think I talked about this on my show, season 2 or season 3, where I ended up, when I was young, I was messing with an older man. I was, a freshman in high school, and I had sex with a older school official. And it was weird, because when I think about back to it, and I've went to therapy and all this shit about it. Like, I'm not tripping over it. But when I, went back to think about it, like, I didn't really think that he groomed me, because it was like, someone was like, "Oh, he made you gay," and I'm like, "No, I was already gay. I was already gay before that." It just, I was like so into like being. I had a thing for older guys, which I know I do have a thing for older men. And we ended up playing around. He would like help me skip school. I would walk down to PCC, and he would pick me up from there, and we'd go back to his house, and I would skip class or whatever, and he would like do things to me. I'm not gonna say what the things he did, but there was no penetration. But it was because before I came out, like, I never did any penetration type things. Well, in that age range, I wasn't doing any penetration. It was just oral stuff. So yeah, like, we did some oral stuff, and hey, it is what it is, right? But I didn't realize how he was grooming me, and how he was like kind of teaching me the way. And I didn't understand it until I got older, because I kept saying, "Well, I wanted it. I wanted it. I didn't care. I wanted it." And it's like, okay, you may wanted it, but like, you have an adult here and the person I hooked up with was well over 20. He was like in his late 40s. So yeah, like, so yeah. So I didn't realize how he was grooming me to to do things with him pretty much, you know. And you think about it after a while, like, damn, am I disgusting? I'm not disgusting. It just, the person should have said no. It's not my fault that, okay, yeah, I was a kid with a crush. Okay, that's understandable. But did the adult have to react to the crush the way that he did? You know? So it was a big thing that I had to learn and to go through in therapy. I'm not necessarily sad over anything. Like, I'm not hurt or like, oh my God, like I got raped. Like, no. But I did get groomed at a young age. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. I'm not really tripping over it anymore. But yeah, Brandy, her and Wanya, I just hope that it don't turn into some like big friction to where like it becomes this thing where like it affects both of their careers in a way. And I know maybe it is a plight to sell books, but at the same time, it's a memoir, y'all. They're gonna talk about the things that they need to talk about. A person who makes a memoir is going to be a tell all. They're going to tell things, of course. So what? You know what I'm saying? It's her truth. You can't dismiss how she feels. You just can't. So it is what it is. But anyways, I love Brandy, and I like Wanya too. I used to have a man crush on Wanya. Wanya was fine as fuck, especially chubby Wanya. Good God Almighty! Not in that clip that we just saw. That kind of gave me like 2000 Kanye West glasses, Wanya. But yeah, I didn't like that. But anyways, let's get on to this next topic. All right, y'all. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, y'all. So let's talk about it. So I don't know if y'all remember what happened a couple weeks ago on the Carlos King interview with EJ Johnson. Now, yeah, we're talking about that right now. I gotta talk about that because that shit was so viral and people are still talking about it. So I really wanted to have a conversation about this. So let's watch the clip first, and then we can just jump into it.
Bathroom and see yourself in the mirror, and you're just like, that bitch, like, yes, like it's that for me right now. And so, like, you know, I'm just living it. You know, I'm just loving it.
One of the biggest storylines on your spinoff was, you know, you and your sister liking the same guy.
Honestly, that is ultimately what got the show picked up. But also, you know, in terms of the gender and sexualities and stuff like that, it was very important because that happens. You know, I don't attract gay men, and I'm not attracted to gay men. Like, it's just not a thing.
Tell me more about that.
You know, it's just, I think, like, if you ask any of the girls, like, they'll tell you the same. And I think they're just labels. You know, that's why, like, I don't care what, you know, like, I'm dating someone, I'm like, I don't care what you identify as or what you call yourself, as long as you're happy being who you are. But no, to be honest, it's like, that's why I don't go to gay clubs. I don't go to, you know, gay things, because it's like the men in fact are not there.
I can play devil's advocate with that.
Like, you know, they were kind of like wave you off. You're just like, oh, that, you know, hey girl, like, you know, it's not, you're not in here like the rest of us are. You know, it's just, it's always, but I never really understood it until now, because before, when I would go and I just was like, there's something about this room. It's like, it's almost like they don't want me here. Like, I'm not really in it here because I'm not presenting as a man. I'm not presenting in that way.
And to be clear, the gay community room.
Yeah.
Your own community. Yeah.
But it's not like a shameful thing, or just like, oh, they're mean to me. But it's like, these are not my men in terms of attraction. Now, if I'm just going to have a kiki, sure. But like, these are not the men that are interested in me in that capacity. I do that when I go to the straight rooms.
Sneaky ass smile. That was cute though. Okay, let's jump into this. So I want to start off with saying, with EJ, it sucks because with EJ, I think when he was talking about, you know, backing up into the episode, because I got to touch on this. I think when he was talking about how they wear dresses and they feel good in their dress and blah blah blah, and they think they look better than women or the girls. I think when he said girls, I don't think he meant like cis women or biological women, because I know how y'all like to tussle over that fucking word. And so it's so funny over the weeks that the days that I've been watching the commentary on this shit that's been going on with EJ, is that a lot of the women are so angry. Y'all really try to make up so many things in y'all head about trans women and gay men, and y'all try to start this like fight with gay people and trans people. EJ has the right to say, I got that shit on. I look better than a bitch in a dress. It doesn't necessarily mean that he's talking about a biological woman. He could be talking about another dude. He could be talking about um um just another person in general. I don't think and like, let's keep it real. A lot of y'all are only saying this about EJ because EJ looks masculine still. He's not passable as I don't know. Well, I know he doesn't identify as he. He doesn't use the terms he, but he doesn't stress over it. So if you hear me saying it, it's because I'm trying to get it all together. But I'll try to say EJ just from now on and use they, them, or she. But totally forgot. That blanked my mind when I just started talking. But I think the issue is like, he's not conventionally like attractive to y'all. He doesn't give real fish. He doesn't give that. He doesn't give real woman look. So a lot of y'all are like, oh, he can't be talking. Y'all act like there is not a lot of fucking women out there who have masculine features. Do you know how many WNBA motherfucking players I've seen in dresses and heels, and they look like 6'5", looking like Shaquille O'Neal? Get the fuck out of here. Like, get the fuck out of here that there isn't any females out there that don't have these masculine features. So I don't think that he's meaning like, oh, I'm trying to be better than a woman. He's meaning I'll put that shit on better than the next one. That's what he's trying to say. Or that's what they're trying to say. Like, they not really trying to, and it's okay for them to feel that way. Like, a lot of y'all women some of y'all women take a lot of shit personal. Now, I got some other shit to say, but I'm gonna wait to say it. A lot of y'all take shit so personal, and I don't think EJ meant it in a way that y'all taking it. Y'all sitting up here trying to make all these think pieces about how gay men are just demeaning women, and y'all let gay men do all this shit and play in y'all face, and this and this and that, and gay men this and gay men that, and trans women this and trans women that. Y'all sit up here trying to make these arguments. Y'all so offended that this gay man or this gay person or whatever he's labeled as himself is is popping they shit, and y'all sitting here getting extremely angry and mad about it for what fucking reason? Especially if you don't think they are attractive at all, and you know you a bad bitch. If you know you a bad bitch, you ain't got to worry about that. You ain't got to worry about that at all. And then to piggyback on what EJ said earlier about, what EJ said earlier about going to gay clubs. I know what that feels like, because I remember one of my straight friends was like, why you always go to gay clubs? You never come hang out with the homies. And it's like, why would I go to a straight club and there's no gay people in there for me? Like, there's no men that I'm not attracted to. Like, there's no men in there that, I mean, I might be attracted to, but I assume everyone there is straight. So there's no reason for me to like, and I get it if I want to go have a kiki with my homeboys and kick it with the homies. I should say kick it with the homies, because I don't kiki with the straight homies. I chill with the straight homies. But you know what I'm saying, I wouldn't mind going out and doing shit like that. I don't mind shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm trying to have a kiki, of course I'm gonna go kick it with the gays, and then also the men that I attract are gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I stay at gay clubs and gay bars versus going to straight bars or straight clubs. Like, because the men that I want to attract is going to be in those types of places. You get what I'm saying? So I get that part of what EJ was saying. And now I'm going to say some shit that's going to probably piss some of y'all off, and I'm sorry, but I have to because I have to. But I'm sorry, any man that goes into a club, a straight club, and he sees EJ, is either bisexual, pansexual, or genderqueer. He is no longer homosexual. And when I say see him, I mean see him as like I'm attracted. I want to get at him. I'm attracted to that person. I want to get into. I want to get them. I want after them. You know, he that man is no longer straight or heterosexual. I'm sorry. You can sit up here and play the whole like delusional game in your head, but they are not straight anymore. And I think I take offense to it because I think there is this thing with a lot of I feel like being called gay or bisexual or genderqueer or whatever. I think that a lot of it has to do with shame, and there's a stigma on those labels, you know. And a lot of men who are struggling with their sexuality, they don't want to be labeled these things because it gives them access to a lot of things. And I see this with a lot of bisexual men who are not openly bisexual. Yes, it's nobody's business that you're bisexual, but a lot of the times it's because you're ashamed and you are afraid of what is going to happen if someone finds out that you're a bisexual male. It is true. I've dealt with so many bisexual guys who are closeted more than open about it because they always lead with the whole thing of like, oh, I only have sex with the men just for sex, and I only have relationships with the women for relationships, and it's because it gives them access. It gives them access. It's heteronormativity gives access. It does. And I'm sorry, like some of y'all are not gonna like me saying that, but it really does. It gives you access to the things that you need to get. It's normal. Being with a woman looks more normal than being with a man with children. So of course, if you're a bisexual man, you're going to choose, the woman in the relationship because you have the kids. Of course, you're going to choose that. You're not going to want to be in a relationship with a man. So I just that's why I like sometimes I just feel some type of way when people come with these labels about things, and it's just like, oh, no labels when it comes to these things, but like, no. If you're bisexual, it's okay. If you're genderqueer and you like trans women, it's okay. I don't care that you do. It's none of my business, you're right, but I don't care if you were to tell me. I'm not gonna be like, oh my God, you're just so dirty. Like, no, you like trans women, so what? It's normal. At least to me, it's normal. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think you're straight anymore. That doesn't mean I'm gonna try to have sex with you either, but it just means I don't think you're straight anymore. And I think there's just this game that a lot of men play in their head, and I'm sorry. I'm not on that team of believing that people are straight, because if you are hooking up with a trans woman, I don't think you're straight no longer. I just don't. And it's okay that you're not straight. I'm not like, oh my God. And then I see people who are of the community like, oh my God, no, they say that they're straight. They're straight. It's like, you guys are like, it's just, no, they're not straight anymore. Like, I'm not gay anymore. What's that dude name? I forgot his name. I'm not gay anymore. It's like, no, nigga, you're not straight anymore. You're not straight. I am straight. No, you're not straight. You're gay or bi or actually, you don't even have to be gay. Sorry, take that out. You are bi or pansexual or like whatever. But again, yeah, I do not subscribe to that thinking at all. I just think it's so fucking delusional. And maybe I'm wrong. I got people in my life who are like that. And I'm just like, we just won't ever agree on that. I love you down, bitch. I'll beat a bitch up over you, but we will never agree to that ever. That's just something that we will never agree to, no matter how much we dissect it, no matter how much we talk about it from different perspectives. I just always believe that a man who is having sex with another biological man is either pansexual, bisexual, queer, genderqueer, or gay. Period. No matter what they identify as. It's just It's just that. It's just that. But hey, that's my opinion, and you might hate me for it. I'm sorry, but yeah. But at the end of the day, EJ, the interview was really fucking good. I really loved the interview. I just that was the part of it where I was just like, And I get what EJ means though about going into a gay club and not attracting other gay, like they said, I don't attract gay men, because I can understand from EJ's perspective. EJ is a feminine person, hyper feminine person, if you ask me. And dresses down the nines in chick clothes and heels. A lot of gay men don't like that. As much as we think that they do, a lot of them don't like that. They don't like hyper feminine. Other feminine men don't really like hyper feminine guys. They don't. That's just what the truth is. I'm not saying that other feminine men don't like feminine. I'm just saying usually what you see is like a feminine man is always chasing after a more butcher guy because they believe that their role is to be more feminine. So to compliment themselves, they would love to have someone who is more masculine. And masculinity doesn't look like it's not like a butchy moment, but I guess I would say a little more butch. It doesn't have to be hyper masculinity type thing. But anyways, I get it. I get what EJ was saying. Sometimes you go into a gay club and you don't really attract people. You don't attract other gay men. You don't attract your kind. And I think that's what they were saying. So anyways, that's how I feel. I said what I said. If y'all want to fight me, but ain't nobody gonna pop me. All right, y'all. We on the last topic of the night, and that is Chilli. So y'all seen that fucking viral clip of Chilli being under fire, where she came out and apologized to the people. Let's just watch it right quick, and then we'll just banter on it.
Hey guys, I wanted to come on here to address a few things that's circulating on the internet that's very concerning to me. Let me say this first. I have the utmost respect and admiration for Michelle Obama, and I would never say or do anything that is disrespectful to her or to any woman. I would never do that. And I had no clue that this repost had happened until I started getting phone calls and text messages from everybody. And I immediately went to my page to see what was going on.
You know what? I can play devil's advocate with that. So yeah.
Now, mind you, I'm not very computer savvy, so I'm looking for this repost button. And I see that all of these buttons are very, very close to each other. And clearly I was scrolling and my thumb hit the repost button. Again, I had no clue that something like this happened until I got all the calls. But of course, I took that down and, I would never post anything like that. I would never do something like that. That is not my character. I have supported the Obamas. I gave to the campaign, both runs, voted twice for him, and supported the organization that Michelle had in the schools for exercise for the kids. I would never do anything that's harmful or hateful to anybody. I'm just not wired like that.
Okay, sis.
It's just not who I am. And when it comes to organizations that I have donated to, these are the things.
Okay, we're not gonna drag this on. So if y'all guys know, like she said, she reposted something on Instagram by accident that was, disrespectful towards Michelle Obama. I didn't see exactly what it was, but what I will say about this is I could care less about who you vote for. I really can care less about who you vote for, but don't play in our motherfucking face. Don't play in our motherfucking face. Do not Do not play in people's faces at all. Stand on that shit. Stand on that shit. There are so many celebrities out there who are Trump supporters, and hey, it's okay. But the thing is, you have to understand that, and not just Chilli understand this, all of the celebrities understand this. We are living in a political climate of today where if your political views and values do not line up with people, they are not going to support you, and that is their right. Just like it's your right to vote for whoever you want to vote for, I'm not going to treat you different. I'm not going to even make you feel bad about your vote. But what I'm not going to do is support you. I'm not going to buy stuff from you. I'm not going to support you in the way of going to your shows or your music. Like, I'm just not going to do that. And I don't have to do that. Just like it's your right to vote for the way you want to vote because you feel like it's right for you, I have the right to support the way I support you. And if that means no longer going to your shows or no longer streaming your music, it's just that. Take the L and rally with the people that support your own views and political views. And yes, do that. That is literally your right to do. And you have to understand that. You have to understand that as just this political climate that we live in nowadays. That's just what it is now. You know, people's lives are really being affected in many different ways. And so that's just the way it goes. It's just that simple. I wanted to play devil's advocate though about the whole reposting. Now, this thing on Instagram, that repost button is like hella close, and it's on the actual content itself. Because there's been times where I've done scrolled, like doom scrolling, and done reposted like 5 things. And a friend of mine was like, hey, and I was like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? I didn't mean to do that. And then on top of that, you have to understand that there are some things that pop up in your algorithm that you don't even watch. And sometimes it does depend on whatever you look up. So sometimes when I find myself looking up certain things, it will pop up on my timeline, you know, so the algorithm does throw stuff on your timeline. But allegedly people have been going through her stuff, her pages, and she's been following right-wing conservatives and like some of these, you know, right-wing influencers. So, you know, and liking their stuff. So people done did some digging some dirt on Chilli. And at the end of the day, again, it's okay to vote for who you vote for. Do what you got to do. If that's the way you live your life, that's the way you live your life. But understand, it comes with consequences. You know, even there was a video that came out like yesterday, actually. I'm gonna play the clip.
My group member voted for him.
Well, here's my thing.
I guess it's safe to say T-Boz isn't MAGA. Things keep getting worse for Chilli.
So y'all see that? So this is a viral clip that's going viral right now on the internet of someone bringing up an old interview from T-Boz saying that her group member voted for Trump. Now, when I think of group member, the only person I can think of is her, because that's the only person T-Boz is in a group with is Chilli, and it's been brought up. And so, again, I hate to be that person, but this is what it is. That's what I mean. Don't play in our fucking face. Stand on that shit. Stand on that shit. You may not lose any people, any fans, but stand on that shit. Stand on that shit. Stand on it. And honestly, Chilli been problematic for some years. She like there was a video where she talked about, you know, all lives matter. Like, bitch, you are a woman, a black woman at that, who's done spoke up and had spoke about so many fucking issues throughout the 90s. And you ran your motherfucking mouth to say all lives matter when you know that was a fucking, when you know saying that phrase all lives matter was being dismissal to saying black lives matter, because black lives matter didn't mean that other lives didn't matter. It meant saying that these lives that has been looked over a lot do fucking matter, and we want you to understand that. And that's why we're saying black lives matter. We're not saying that Latinos, whites, Asians' lives don't matter. We know they got problems too. But we're saying the disproportionately of black folks being killed and targeted by white folks matters, motherfucker. That's what we're saying. That's what the phrase meant. I don't care how political it is now and the things with what the founders have done. I don't care about that. I'm talking about the actual fucking statement itself. Black Lives Matter meant a certain thing. Before BLM, the organization, got all big and started doing that fucking foul shit that they've been doing, no. Could care less about that. The actual fucking phrase of Black Lives Matter meant something. So for you to say all lives matter, it just gave right-wing MAGA girl. Like, so like, yeah. It just, again, like I said, there's nothing, I'm not gonna ever be like, oh, you can't, vote for who you vote for. Vote for who you ever want to vote for. It is what it is. Don't vote it off if you don't want to vote. But understand that sometimes your votes do have consequences, y'all. And I think it sucks. And I think we live in a climate now where people are really starting to look at certain things and go, oh, no. That's what you vote on. That's what you stand on. Okay, I'm done here. No harm, no foul, no play, but I'm good. They got bills just like you got bills. Why would I sit up here and spend all my money to go support somebody that support? Yeah, I'm not going to even get deep into it because I don't want to get in trouble. But anyways, I want to say thank you guys for liking, sharing, subscribing, and supporting me. I really do appreciate you guys. I will be back. I think I'm going to format my show a little different. Maybe like for the podcast, I'll do like only audio. And I think that's a good way of doing it. It's just like doing only audio. And then like when I have guests on my show, I'll do audio and visuals, stuff like that. And then maybe for certain, like do reaction videos or whatever. Because I'm trying to figure out a balance because it really is hard sometimes. Like one of the things that I've noticed is like once I went to YouTube with like my podcast, like sometimes it's cool to talk about things on here, but then there's sometimes where it's kind of hard to even like get people to listen to the audio part of it. Like it's a hard thing to balance. So I'm trying to figure out if I want to go full, just like straight up like podcast is only on YouTube, or do I want to do audio podcasting only and then do YouTube like videos for like, guest and reaction videos and vlogs. So we'll see. Once I have this month and a half off, I'll do some research and figure out how I want to do it and what will work with me great. It's just a different format of how I'm going to do things for my show. So just want to say thank you guys again for liking, sharing, and subscribing and supporting me. I really do appreciate that so much. Again, please make sure you subscribe because I will be doing reaction videos. I will be heavily on my YouTube while I'm out from podcasting for the month and a half. So just be on the lookout for me, okay? And again, I really do appreciate you guys, and I'll see y'all when I see y'all. Peace.